Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Ann Reardon and lots of you have requested another mini kitchen episode, so I thought we'd make a recipe out of my cookbook. My mini kitchen has actually been on display at the Miniature Worlds of Wonder exhibition, so I haven't been able to film anything for you, but with Melbourne being in lockdown for so long and the exhibition being temporarily closed, I asked if I could borrow it back so I could film this one for you. First of all, break the chocolate into pieces. This block is so tiny that I'm going to use a knife to break it up, otherwise I think my fingers would just melt it or I might eat it. And then put all the little pieces into the bowl. In a separate bowl you want 8 egg yolks and add to that your sugar and then just whisk them together until they are well combined and it's all smooth. Now you want to grab yourself some cream and pour that into a pan and put it on the stove top. You want to turn up the heat and make sure you watch it because it goes from just slightly bubbling to wanting to boil over really quickly, so you need to remove that from the heat, and while you're whisking, pour a small amount of the hot cream into the yolks. Now this makes it easier to mix it in without getting chunks of cooked egg. You're kind of warming up that egg mixture and then you tip that warmed mixture back into the rest of the hot cream, whisking as you do. I've never tried to temper egg yolks on such a miniature scale before. Now you want to put that back onto the stovetop and heat it for a little bit. You don't want to overcook this or it will curdle and go lumpy, but you do want to cook it enough that you've fully cooked the egg yolks. Then once it's ready, you immediately remove it from the heat and pour it over your chocolate. Wait a moment for that chocolate to melt and then stir it together really well. I'm using a spoon. A whisk would have been much better suited to this task, but I only have one whisk in the mini kitchen and it needs washing, so I'll just have to keep persevering with a spoon. Just keep stirring it until you can see just the one chocolatey colour, and this is your chocolatey cremeux, which is like a very rich chocolate custard. Grab yourself a muffin tin and rest some glasses in the tin so they're leaning on an angle. If you don't have a muffin tin, you could use small bowls for this instead. Using a piping bag, put enough cremeux into your glasses so that it fills it up to the top on an angle. You can of course make this recipe full size if you want to. The recipe is in my cookbook, so when your mum or dad asks you what do you want for Christmas, you know what to ask for. If your glasses are not as tiny as mine, you can probably get away with using a jug instead of a piping bag for this, and it should look much neater. The line should actually go on a nice angle. Mine is so tiny it doesn't even want to level out. Then you just want to take those and carefully pop them into the fridge to set. Tip your jelly crystals into a bowl. You can use raspberry or strawberry, whichever you prefer. Then add in your boiling water and stir that until the sugar is dissolved. Then you want to leave your jelly to cool down to room temperature, which really doesn't take long when the bowl is this tiny. Grab the cremeux out of the fridge and get your raspberries while you're there. Stand up the glasses. They don't need to be on a slope anymore, but you can see how that cremeux is just staying on an angle. And add a raspberry into each one, or in my case a tiny little piece of a raspberry into each one. Spoon in some of that cooled jelly mixture onto the top so the glass is full all the way up to the very top, and then you want to put those back in the fridge to set. Clean up your work area, that's very important if you want to be allowed to be in the kitchen again, and then top each dessert with a swirl of chocolate. There we go. Beautiful chocolate cremeux with raspberries. With thanks to my awesome patrons for your ongoing support, here is the official list of legends. Here's the other mini kitchen videos, and if you're a regular here, here's a list of all my videos ever so you can see if you've seen them all. Make it a great week and I'll see you on Friday.